Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today in this video I will be doing a curve sketching of a parabola. Now our parabola is defined by negative x squared minus 6x minus 6. So we will start by understanding the basics of sketching a parabola. Remember, in the previous video I've demonstrated various methods of representing a parabola function. So now I'm going to remind you about those various methods. So now here are those various methods. So now in number one we have the standard form. So now the standard form says f of x equals to minus x squared plus bx plus c. So now in this form, a, b and c, all of these three, they are all constants, whereby a determines the direction, a determines direction of our parabola. So now we can determine with this form, in this form we can identify axis of symmetry and turning point. So now we can use this standard form to determine what? To determine the axis of symmetry and the turning point of our parabola. Number two, we have a turning point form, whereby f of x equals to a into x minus p squared, all squared, plus q. So now in this form, the reason why it is called a turning point, it is because we have already been given out the coordinates of turning point. So now what are those coordinates? What are those coordinates of turning point? Coordinates of turning point is p and also q. So now p and q, it is our what? Coordinates of turning point. So that is why it is called a turning point. So now just like the standard form, a will also determine our direction for our parabola. And lastly we have the root form, whereby it says f of x equals to a into x minus r1 in multiplied by x minus r2, whereby r1 and r2 are the roots, or we can call them the x-intercepts. Remember that the roots are where our function it is equals to what? It is equals to 0. So now that is why it is called a root form. So now this form allows easy identification of the roots and facilitates graphing by showing where the parabola crosses x-axis. So that is why it is called a what? A root form. Now these different representation offer flexibility in understanding and analyzing parabolic functions, each highlighting different aspects of the function's behavior and properties. So now back to our function f of x equals to minus x squared minus 6x minus 6x minus 6. So now this function, it is represented in this form, which is our a standard form. So now if we let me rewrite that. So we are saying f of x equals to minus x squared minus 6x minus 8. So now it is represented in a standard form. So now if it is represented in a standard form, then it means our a, it is equals to what? A, it is the coefficient of what? X squared. So now what is the coefficient of x squared here? Coefficient of x squared, it is what? Negative 1. whereby b equals to the coefficient of x. What is the coefficient of x here? It is -6. So b equals to what? -6. And lastly, c equals to what? C, it is our constant, which is what? -8. So now if you have already determined these constants a, b, and c, then it will be easy for you to find turning point, and also the what? Oh yeah, it will be easy for you to determine the what, or to calculate the turning point. So now, because we have already determined them, now to sketch this curve effectively, we'll follow a systematic approach whereby the first step says that we need to find the turning point. We firstly have to find what? The turning point. Now, to find the turning point, we will use this formula whereby x equals to -b over 2a. So now we have already determined the value of b, and we have already determined the value of what? Of a. Now it is a matter of substitution. We have to substitute our values b and a. So now what is our b? Our b, we said it is -6, so it will be -6, and don't forget to put them inside the brackets. So now we have negative into -6 divided by 2 into what? -1. So now this will be +6 divided by -2, which is equals to what? -3. So now, okay, so now we have found the x coordinate of a turning point. Now to find the y coordinate, we have to substitute -3 into the function f of x equals to -x squared minus 6x minus 8. So now we have to find f of -3. F of -3 equals to -3 minus 6 into -3 minus 8. So now simplifying this, it will give us -9 plus 18 minus 8, which is equals to negative, oh sorry, it's not negative, it is +1. So now we have found the value, the y coordinate of the turning point, and now we can finally say our turning point. The coordinates of our turning point is what? -3 and +1. So those are the coordinates of our turning point. Now the second step is to find the x and y intercepts. Oh, it is again. X and y intercepts. Now we'll start by finding by calculating the y-intercept. Now to find y-intercept, for y-intercept, we substitute, or we let x to be equals to what? To be equals to 0. Therefore, remember that our f of x equals to what? -x squared minus 6x minus 8. So now f of 0 will be equals to -0 squared minus 6 0 minus 8, which is equals to what? -8. So now this is the y coordinate of our y-intercept. So it's obvious the x coordinate will be equals to 0. So now y-intercept in the coordinate form, y-intercept, it is 0 and -6. So now that is our y-intercept. So now lastly we have to find the x-intercepts. Now remember, for x-intercepts we substitute or we let y to be equals to 0, which means f of x equals to what? Equals to 0. Now f of x, it is equals to what? Negative x squared minus 6x minus 8 equals to 0. Now this is equivalent to what? X, positive x squared plus 6x plus 8 equals to 0. Then now it is a matter of what? Factorization. Now if you factorize this equation, you will get x plus 4 into x plus 2 equals to 0, whereby we have to say x plus 4 equals to 0 or x plus 2 equals to 0. Then x equals to negative 4 or x equals to negative 2. So now these are our x-intercepts. Now in the coordinate form, it will be negative 4 and 0 and negative 2 and 0. Now these are our x-intercepts. So now we have already determined our turning point, y-intercept, and the x-intercepts. So now let me rewrite them here. We said our turning point, let me check. Oh yeah, our turning point is negative 3 and 1. Y-intercept, it is 0 and negative 8. Now x-intercepts are negative 4 and 0 and negative 2 and 0. So now because we have already determined 10 point y-intercept and x-intercepts, now we can sketch or we can plot these points so that we can sketch our function or our curve. So now we will plot these points on our graph and connect them smoothly to sketch the curve. So now we'll use this. So now obviously this is not drawn to scale. This will be negative 4, negative 3, okay. We start by plotting our turning point. What is our turning point? Our turning point is negative 3 and 1. So now this will be 1. So now suppose this is our point negative 3 and 1. Then y-intercept. Y-intercept, it is 0 and negative 8. 0 and negative 8. Now this will be 5, negative 5, negative 6, 7, 8. Suppose this is point 0 and negative 8. Then lastly our x-intercept. X-intercept, negative 4 and 0. This will be negative 4 and 0. And negative 2 and 0. So now we have plotted our points. Now we can join them smoothly. I'll try. This is how our parabola will look like. So now this is our parabola. Let me try to draw this one. This is our parabola f of x equals to what? Negative x squared minus 6x minus 8. So yeah, and there you have it. We have successfully sketched the graph of the parabola f of x equals to negative x squared minus 6x minus 6. Now, if you have found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more math tutorials. And thanks for watching.